Roronoa Zoro is the swordsman of the Straw Hat Pirates and has the aspiration of becoming the strongest swordsman in the world. Zoro uses a very unique skill called Santoryu, or more familiar as three sword style. However, over the course of the series, Zoro has gone through many swords and blades and used a variety of temporary blades as well. So in today's video, I'm going to go over all of the swords that Zoro has ever used leading up to the ones that he currently uses today. This video does contain spoilers, you've been warned. Zoro has always had three swords, one for each hand and one that he carries in his mouth, ever since the first appearance in chapter 3 of the manga and episode 2 of the anime. The first time we ever see Zoro, the three blades he has are the Wado Ichimonji and two unknown blades. Up until recently, we just found out that the two blades were actually gifts from a swordsman from Wano. Zoro was gifted these two swords from the swordsman as a kid. The two blades that were gifted to him were then destroyed in Zoro's battle against Dracul Mihawk. However, the third blade, Wado Ichimonji, was able to withstand Mihawk's attacks. Wado Ichimonji belonged to Zoro's childhood friend Kuina and belongs to a set of swords called the 21 Great Grade Swords. In that time, after his bout with Mihawk, Zoro actually uses two swords during Arlong Park against his battle with Hachan. These two swords were temporarily borrowed from Johnny and Yosaku. Zoro then went one sword style for about 20 episodes until the crew made it to Logtown. This is where Zoro was able to pick up two more blades, Sandai Katetsu and Yubashiri. Sandai Katetsu is considered to be a cursed blade, to which Zoro puts the curse to the test in order to see if he is truly capable of wielding the sword. And I absolutely love this scene with Zoro. After witnessing Zoro's display with Sandai Katetsu, the owner of the store, Ipponmatsu, offered Zoro a family heirloom, Yubashiri. And during this time, I'm not sure if this counts, but I'm going to include it anyways because it's in chronological order and I absolutely love it. But on episode 294, Usopp gets handcuffed to Zoro and Zoro uses him as a sword, and I think it's just so funny. Yabashiri is part of the 50 skillful grade blades, a family heirloom passed down in the Ipponmatsu family line. However, it was destroyed by the Marine Captain Shu and his Rust Devil Fruit during the Enies Lobby arc. However, during the fight with Shu and not wanting to risk any more of his swords, he grabs a cutlass off of a nearby Marine and was able to carry out three sword style. Fast forward to Thriller Bark where Zoro is able to get another third sword. Zoro actually wins this sword from the legendary sword god Ryuma's corpse after Ryuma was amazed by Zoro's swordsmanship. This sword is yet another one of the 21 great grades, Shusui. Zoro finally has three swords again. Let's recap those three really quick. Wado, which he had from the beginning, the cursed sword Sandai Katetsu, and now Shusui, the blade that belonged to Ryuma. And although he has three right now, there's still one more that makes it into his final lineup of swords. The Straw Hats finally make it to the land of Wano, where Zoro is falsely accused of a crime and he is ordered to commit seppuku. However, Zoro takes the seppuku blade and turns around and does one of the coldest moves in the entire series. Later in the Wano arc, Zoro's sword Shusui is actually seized by Gyukimaru, leaving him again with only two blades. During this time with two blades, Zoro is confronted by Kazumo the Manslayer, to which Zoro snatches one of his scythes and performs three sword style Onigiri to win the fight. And this brings us to our third and most current sword, Enma. Enma was actually compensation for returning Shusui to the land of Wano. And if you're interested in learning the story about Shusui and its place in Wano, I'd be more than happy to do a separate video on that. Enma also belongs to the 21 great grades and the previous wielder was none other than Kozuki Oden. So yeah, that's about it. In total, Zoro has used 6 different main swords and 4 temporary swords throughout the entire series. And up to the end of Wano, his current lineup is Wado Ichimonji, Sandai Katetsu, and Enma. Zoro is absolutely one of my favorite characters and I cannot wait to see him become the greatest swordsman in the world. Thank you so much for joining me today and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are interested in more anime and collectibles and nerd content like this. Drop me a comment, we'll catch you guys on the next video.